Jack Gariss was my first spiritual teacher and guide. When it came to all subjects related to spirituality, meditation, mysticism, and religion, nobody ever taught me more. I have included a number of our radio interviews and one of our television interviews in the jukebox. I recall visiting him and his amazing wife, Jeanette, at their modest home in Reseda, California. They would prepare vegetarian meals from the vegetables grown in their organic garden, after which we would enter an old garage that had been converted to a library containing thousands of books about the ancient ways. 3 stories come to mind. Right outside of that repository for the books was an area where Jack kept his goats. He taught me how to milk a goat, and we drank from the pails together. And on one such night, Jack would take a seat in his favorite chair in the garage library, his Doberman, Serby, by his side, and speak to me about what he had learned over the many years of his studies. I sat transfixed, inspired, and in awe of both his knowledge and presentation. On one such night, I asked Jack if he would be kind enough to prepare a list of 100 books for me to read that might serve as a key to the knowledge he shared. He did. And he also offered this admonition. Elliot, here is the list you asked for. Now you can either read all the books or light a match to the page and meditate on the flame. Naturally, I did both. When people have asked me why I wanted to create this website, I offered a number of practical answers. But just between you and I, if it does nothing more than put you in touch with the place that Jack Gariss helps guide you to, all the rest is irrelevant.
Perhaps of all of the people who we've had on during the first year of our show, 2 or 3 have produced the largest reaction in terms of mail response and telephone calls and just general raising of energy levels. The first man that we're going to hear will begin our collage for the night. Jack Gariss is such a very special guy, a dear friend of mine, and truly one of the really inspirational people in my life. One of the things that he does so very, very well is offer these meditative exercises, these little verbal experiments, which are just so soft and relaxing and blissful and introspective. And wherever you are tonight, if you just kind of close your eyes and go along with this, and just go with Jack's suggestions, which of course are only your suggestions being mirrored through Jack's voice, and just see where it takes you. I think it'll set you back really, really nice for the collage. Here then, to begin our whistle-stop tour, Jack Gariss.
Well, let's together, let's do one of the very simplest of all meditative techniques, with breathing. Breathing is the bridge, really, between the body and the mind, between the conscious and the unconscious, the foyer, the corridor between the conscious and the unconscious. It is the one involuntary action that you can make voluntary. And therefore, in all traditions, breathing has been the way to get to know yourself, the way to tune into yourself. And breathing is such an easy way, a natural way of tuning out the anxieties, of allowing yourself to flow with yourself. So let us do perhaps the simplest of all breathing techniques, and that is simply counting. Now, go with it for the moment, wherever you're seated, in a chair, on the floor, wherever on the sand, wherever it may be, allow yourself to be supported by your environment. In other words, feel friendly to your environment. Say hello to it. You've chosen it for this particular moment, and so feel a oneness with your environment. Allow the floor or the couch or the chair to support you. And then become aware of your breathing. Just the in and out of your breathing. And if your mind wanders, that's fine. That's being very, very human. Just allow your awareness to come back to your breathing. And now, why don't we try counting together? And we'll do it in the Mahayana Buddhist fashion. This is a breathing technique used by early Zen students, for example, beginning Zen students. And it's simply this. As you breathe in, you count to yourself 1, and then the breathing out 1, and the breathing in 2, and the breathing out 2. That's the way we'll do it up to 10, and then we'll start over again. But just that simple. Now, allow yourself to be the breath. Allow yourself to be the sound that you make to yourself as you count. So shall we try it? Breathing in is 1. Breathing out 1. Breathing in 2. Breathing out 2. Breathing in 3. Breathing out 3. Breathing in 4. Breathing out 4. Breathing in 5. Breathing out 5. Breathing in 6. Breathing out 6. Breathing in 7. Breathing out 7. Breathing in 8. Breathing out 8. Breathing in 9. Breathing out 9. Breathing in 10. Breathing out 10. Now continue to be aware of your breathing, but was the breathing in, was it smooth or was it jerky? And the breathing out, did you allow it just to flow out by itself? Or did you feel that you had to give it an extra push to help it along? And become aware of the full pause and the empty pause. The full pause is when you have the breath in your lungs, and wait for a moment. Allow that pause to be a moment of recognition that indeed you do have the lungs full of vital prana, as the Hindus would say, creative energy, the life force itself. And then as you breathe out, be aware, and this is especially interesting, be aware of the empty pause. You know, sometimes we really have the fear of the empty pause because will we breathe again? The empty pause has sometimes been called the taste of the infinite, or if you will, a miniature ego death. And so really taste that empty pause. Be for a moment the experiencing of nothingness between breath and breath. And incidentally, the brainwave pattern at that time is usually alpha. So with that sort of, and then again, the flowing of the breath, allow it to flow. Allow it to be a peaceful, flowing, merging, and don't stand up there in your little head, the little man in the head who's directing it all, who's manipulating it, who is controlling it. Become the breath itself. See if for these few precious moments that we share together, you can become just breathing. No observer, no observed, no pruner, no pruned, but just the process of being. Shall we try it again? Now allow yourself to be supported by your environment. And then breathing in, 1. Breathing out, 1. Breathing in, 2. Breathing out, 2. Be aware of the pauses now, the peaceful pauses. Breathing in, 3. Breathing out, 3. Breathing in, 4. Breathing out, 4. The empty pauses, the empty pause. Breathing in, 5. Breathing out, 5. Breathing in, 6. Breathing out, 6, smoothly. Breathing in, 7. Breathing out, 7, the emptiness. Breathing in, 8, the fullness, the yang. Breathing out, 8, the yin, the emptiness. Breathing in, 9. Breathing out, 9. Breathing in, 10, hold it for a moment. Breathing out, 10, hold it for that empty pause, empty, empty, and then allow yourself to return to normal breathing. And how is it with you?